another way, does relative density have a bearing on plant growth?
I would say gravity. Once we have that force there is going to be no issue with it comes to relative density. We can put relative density to bed.
I was wondering why the average room IQ just plummeted.
What about relative pressure? Hang on. Will relative pressure have a bearing on plant growth?
No. It's all about gravity.
There's no such thing as pressure.
It's all about gravity. There is a force, a gravitational pull, a gravitational force that we can test, and we're going to show that relative density is not the cause of the acceleration. Why are you holding on to relative density?
Then what is it? What is the cause of it?
Gravity.
Kimo, do you perform?
I don't know. Spurs. I don't know if you're being facetious or if you're being fair income.
Gravity.
Are you being fair income or facetious?
What? How do we know it's gravity? It's because we have an experiment. Of course. We don't just guess that there's gravity.
It is quite evident.
He just walks in and pretends he knows what.
Ignorant love to be scientific ignorant.
Yeah, but we don't pretend that there is gravity.
You have a tone to your presentation
because of an experiment, right? Naturally.
You're telling the story, Spurs. It's all about you.
Get off this relative density disequilibrium.
No, I wasn't.
We're gonna debunk.
I wasn't on that, Spurs.
We're gonna debunk Anthony.
I'm throwing up the. Hang on, Spurs. Hang on. I was throwing up the question as to what causes a plant to grow up and out of the soil. And I was wondering, well, we've got an explanation saying gravity would be that cause. Right? But I'm questioning that, and could it be something else?
Why? We've got an experiment.
I threw relative density in there because, I don't know, I just thought about it. And I'm just thinking, well, is there something else that could have caused it other than gravity?
What, do you have an experiment for this relative density?
No, I don't.
Equilibrium? No.
No, I'm not talking. No, I'm not asserting that at all. I'm asking about it.
Well,
you understand where I'm coming from?
I don't know what made you think of it. I mean, unless we can experiment with it, then.
Because I've heard it. What about relative pressure?
Can you explain to me, demonstrate what that is? I only know about gravity. Gravity.
Well, pressure or temperature, could that have been a cause to the direction of the seed growth?
Possibly, but there is an overwhelming.
Right. So, do you have an experiment to show that?
An espresso.
An experiment.
An experiment.
Do you have an experiment to show temperature or pressure being the cause?
No, that's just pie in the sky for now.
All right. So far the best explanation we've got is gravity.
It's gravity, because not just the best explanation. We have an experiment in a vacuum. Did you not know this? Biojoule is going.
Yes, I know this.
Kimo, you're nothing but an ass monkey.
Well, look, we have gravity. What are we arguing with?
I'm being truthful here. Renee, you're nothing but an ass monkey. I can duel you any
comparison.
Renee, let's just let him go for a bit before we start bloody calling him names. Just let him go for a bit.
Yeah, we can hold off for a little bit.
We've got all night to call him names. We don't have to do it straight off the bat.
I can hold off.
Wait, speaking of that, I'll say goodnight. I'm going to go PlayStation instead of listen to Kimo. Cheers.
Well, I was listening to
Go ahead, Spurs. Give us a good reason to call your names.
You interrupted Renee. Let him continue.
No, he's just calling you names.
Calm down. You're getting so excited.
Pepe hit me with a bucket of cold water.
I don't even think that'd do it for you. Kimo will put you to sleep. Guaranteed.
Well,
go ahead, Spurs.
I wouldn't worry about this relative density. Once we get this
I'm not worried about it.
I know, yeah. People are making a big deal about Anthony and his relative density test. I mean, look, we've got one better. We have Cavendish in a vacuum, okay, which will show that there is a force that you've been talking about. We've been talking about it, there's plants and stuff. So all we're waiting for is
Are you agreeing to this, or are you disagreeing with what you're saying?
Well, why would Biojoule lie? Why would he lie?
Oh, so this isn't actually anything about you. This is about what you think that Biojoule said. Gotcha.
So BioJules said he's going to produce an experiment that proves mass attracted mass in a vacuum. What's the problem?
And what's he got, Spurs?
Well, he's been around. He's been back and forth. He's been connecting.
Yeah,
with,
so nothing.
He's been connecting with
Yes.
Blue Marble. Blue Marble's been assisting him, and they are going to conduct a live experiment. So I'm excited. Who isn't excited about this?
Nobody.
Why?
Not any of us.
What, you've already seen it in a vacuum, you mean?
What do you think will happen?
Nothing.
Well, okay. So why are you excited?
It's been done on a very small scale,
Because
Spurs.
you guys are going to prove that there is mass attracting mass in a vacuum.
It's been done on a very small scale in a vacuum, and the paper was written about it. People witnessed it to write the paper.
Jesus also walked on water, and people have written about it, and they also witnessed it. So
No.
what? Who cares what?
No.
Well,
Can it
Did
be,
they
can
really
it be
witness that?
repeated by
No one
BioJules?
witnessed it. No one actually wrote it down
this is where
on
we're
the
at.
day.
Can
so,
BioJules
hey.
repeat walking on water or mass attracting mass? What can he repeat?
Well, this is where we're at.
Which
Spurs.
miracle can he replicate?
Spurs, there's no miracle. People have replicated it many times.
Well, that's what we're trying to find
So
out.
mass attracting mass in a vacuum would be a miracle for you?
It's a big claim. It's almost like Jesus walking on water. Close. But not as miraculous, but it's very close.
No, it's not like that. People have done it.
What people? Show me, demonstrate, prove it.
So on a scale of 1 to what the fuck, how close would it be?
Prove it, monkey sage. Demonstrate that people have not walked on water, that people have shown mass attracting mass in the vacuum.
All right,
Oh,
sure.
you almost slipped up there, Kimo. Oh, that was close.
Ad hom.
Yeah, but we can't demonstrate people walking on water, but what we can demonstrate is mass
Hey
attracting mass in
Spurs,
the
have you
vacuum.
ever heard of this bug that walks on water? It's called the Jesus bug. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Spurs,
on a
at the
small
same
scale.
time, you also know about Blue, and you also know about the other dude that did that. So I don't know why you're asking me to prove it.
Oh, they didn't do it in a vacuum. We know the cause of Blue's experiment. So,
Well, there's two people. There's two people.
so
if you
we're
want
about
them,
to
you know?
end Anthony's flat Earth reign. Nathan, QE,
Oh,
Bob,
God.
Bart Sargent, Jaren, everyone, all these
Yeah,
guys.
they're all dying,
who-
just like the flat Earth. Hey, Kimo.
all these guys who doubt there's
all
a
dying.
force of gravity. We're going to show them live.
Put a nail in the coffin, Spurs.
That's the plan
Hammer
for
it
this year, right? Is to,
Yeah, nail in the coffin and banging it down hard.
Flat Earthers had the Black Swan.
Banging that puppy
Pretty much
hard.
killed off the globe, but
Make sure you use 9-inch nails.
this experiment will bring back the globe to its full glory. Yeah. Unless we have an experiment already. Renee, do you have an experiment?
We have an experiment already.
No, Renee, do you have an experiment of mass attracting mass?
Hey, do you have an experiment of bullshit?
No, I don't have mass attracting mass in a vacuum.
Yeah, of course you don't.
Do you?
You can't even fathom basic astronomy.
Don't need
Why
to.
am I even engaging
I don't
with you?
need to, Renee.
You are a derp. You're an idiot. You have no reason to even be you're a cult leader. That's all you are.
That may be true.
The
There's
end.
only one way to find
The
out,
end.
Renee. There's only one
You're
way
a
to find
cult leader.
There's only one way
You
to
are a
find out.
cult leader.
Hey, you Jim
There's
Jones
only
ass
one way to
nigga.
find out, Renee. And how we find out if what you're saying is true,
You are a cult leader.
there's only one way to find
End.
out. And that way...
There's one way to find out
Only one
that
way to
you're
find
an idiot. And answer a basic astronomy related question,
Astronomy
idiot
is
boy.
not science, Renee.
No, you don't even understand basic astronomy because you're a fucking idiot.
We wouldn't
I'm
wanna
sorry. Excuse
understand.
me while I get angry.
We
All
wouldn't-
right,
we
I'm going to
wouldn't wa-
shut up.
We wouldn't want to...
This boy is a tool. He's a tool.
Renee, look, it's pseudoscience, and we don't...
You
recommend-
are a fucking fool.
Renee, don't make
Renee,
promises you
look,
can't
we
keep.
don't recommend pseudoscience.
All right, I'm done. I'm going to shut up.
Renee, we don't recommend pseudoscience. Okay? What we recommend is that you
No,
have...
you only know pseudoscience, Kimo, so what are you on about?
No, we know the scientific method, and what we have...
Who's we again now? Which we are we talking about?
Renee, everyone in this room, we're going
I've got nothing in common with you
Yes,
whatsoever,
we do.
so
have
don't lump me in with you.
We have we have
So
gravity.
you're saying you're now a globe earther? Is that what you're saying, Kimo?
Potentially.
Oh, that's interesting. Kimo's going the globe, guys. Did you everyone hear that?
You've almost
Did everyone hear it?
Well, I've been saying it all day yesterday, Mippet. We're just waiting for BioDuel to
that you're a
Answer me
glober.
a basic
Yes.
question, a basic astronomy related
That's not
question.
science there, Renee.
Kimo.
Sorry about that. No science.
Answer me a basic related astronomy related question.
Yes, but
Come on.
It's not scientific. I can't help you.
You can't answer because you don't know.
You need a priest
You're
or
an
a
idiot.
preacher. Go into the confession box and ask him about what he
No,
thinks.
let me ask you a basic astronomy related question and you give me an answer.
All right, let's try and I'll put my religious hat on. Go on, let's do it.
Are you ready?
I've got my religious hat on.
Are you ready to answer me a basic astronomy related question?
Let's go.
And don't you dare say perspective.
Okay.
Okay. As seasons progress, the sun rises and sets at different regions of the horizon as we go. Why is that possible? Why does that happen?
That's due to atmospheric lensing.
Bullshit.
That is not.
You are so full of shit. Okay, let's go on to question number 2. You ready? You know that's absolute bullshit.
No, it's not. We can test it. We have experiments. But number
That's
2.
bullshit. That's bullshit. You are a liar. You are blatantly lying.
But I have an experiment.
Are you
Renee.
ready for? Are you? No. Are you blatantly lying?
No,
You're a
the
denier.
experiments.
Are you ready? You don't know jack diddly shit about astronomy.
Wow.
That is blatantly obvious.
Well, I know.
Are you ready for question? Are you ready for question 2, Mr. Dumbass?
Go on then. I'm ready.
Okay. So, why can Polaris, the constellation of Polaris, be visible during a certain months of the year in the northern hemisphere during certain months of the year, and in other months of the year it cannot be visible? But if you could, during the months that it can't be visible, if you could magically turn day into night, you could see Polaris. Why is that?
Okay.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. Is this keeping to topic, Kimo?
I mean,
He sounds like he's giving to
what I'm going to
topic.
do for
Answer the question, Kimo.
I'm gonna
Answer
keep-
the question,
I'm gonna-
Kimo. Answer the question,
Answer
Kimo.
Okay, I'm just looking at our model. What does our model say? So
No, you're not looking at shit. You're not looking at shit. What you're looking at is you don't even understand basic astronomy. You're a ass monkey.
Right. Have a look at our model.
Okay, now are you ready for
Asked
question
about
number
Polaris.
3 yet?
Click on
You
Polaris.
dumbass. Are you
Have a look at the
Are you
model.
ready for question number 3 yet, dumbass?
All right, go on.
You don't even looking at my model. Fuck your model. You don't. Are you ready for question
Hey, calm
number
your
3?
tits, dude.
Hey, relax, everyone. Let me
Kimo,
get it out.
Kimo, are
Let
you
me
ready
get it
for
out.
question number 3?
Yes.
Let's
yes.
go to question number 3, Kimo. Okay, so
Did you forget it, you dumb old fuck?
Yeah,
Don't be so
you're a
rude to Renee,
dumbass.
Come on.
You don't know jack diddly shit.
I'm talking about
You
you.
don't, you
Stop.
don't even
Stop.
understand basic astronomy. You're
Stop
a
trying
dumbass.
to
You're
roast
out here
Kimo.
promoting your bullshit on fucking the internet, and you don't even understand basic astronomy.
Renee,
What
stop
is
trying to roast
wrong
Kimo.
with you?
But Renee, look at
Stop
the
trying to
model
roast
that
him.
I've provided
sorry.
for you. We have a working model.
Kimo,
which-
fuck you.
It answers the second question.
Jump in
about
a
Polaris.
ditch.
The chat's calling for a mute
No, look, Renee.
on Grandpa.
Renee, have you seen the model? I'll post it for you again. So this is.
Fuck your model. You don't have a model.
Have you even looked?
You're a dipshit.
Click on the link. Have a
You
look
are
at the
nothing but a piece of fucking work who is not worthy of anybody
Right.
goddamn
Was.
time who has a decent who has a fucking a decent
it's
fucking
fine.
brain in their fucking noggin.
Look,
You
Renee,
are a fucking
Renee.
Hang on, hang on.
No, look,
Cult
I
leader.
understand.
You're
Remember,
a cult
remember, I
leader.
can
Hang
handle
on.
these things because they're going through trauma. It's completely fine. Let them vent. Let them get it out.
I'm sorry, people.
Don't prevent people from speaking
People
their
like
mind.
this son of a bitch, they fucking aggravate the shit out of me. They're
Renee.
pieces of work and they need
Well,
to
you're
be
interrupting
tossed
it.
in a ditch.
Renee, you're being unnecessarily aggressive.
No,
Renee.
he's not. This is what happens when you realise you can't prove where you live.
You're just giving Kimo more fuel for his
No,
derby
Was. We're
fire.
talking
Why are
about
you
the 3
interrupting him,
questions.
Was?
We have 3 questions and you're derailing them, Was. Why? Right, so the first
I'm not
question.
derailing him. I'm just trying to get him to ask them
can't
in a
even answer
coherent-
one
And you're trying
of
to
my
stop the
damn
conversation,
questions.
Was. Yes.
Not one of them.
Renee, to be fair,
You
you've got to
can't-
give him a chance to answer. Even though he doesn't know the answer, you know, you kind of got to give him a chance.
Okay, Renee,
Okay.
so which question would you like addressing first?
You can't address any of them
Well, I can. We
because
have
you
a
have
model.
no idea.
We have a working model by Walter Bislin.
And here we go with the bullshit.
Have you even looked at the model? No.
You don't
Do
have
you
a
believe
model.
that model?
Models of reifications. No, we don't have a model.
You don't have a model.
That's correct. But if you want to go with the reification, okay, of how a flat Earth may work, we have a model for those who are interested in the reification fallacy. And you can take a look at this model, and it works.
Did I just hear you say you've got
There
a
is
flat
no
Earth model?
No. Models of reification fallacy.
That is bullshit.
Kimo, where did you get that model sarification?
Ah, you
Where
look.
did you
You're
get that?
looking good. So this is from Walter Bislin. He's a globe earther. He made a flat Earth model. It explains the equinox. It explains eclipses. It explains Polaris, the stars, daylight, night, daytime,
And
nighttime.
Walter said that models are reification. Is that what he said?
No. I'm saying that models are misplaced.
You're saying that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
misplaced
okay.
concreteness. Misplaced concreteness.
So essentially, I'm getting the same reaction from this one that I got from Kimo the other night, which is I have no answers.
I have an answer. Look at the model. How can you
What
answer it?
model, Kimo?
Oh.
You keep saying look at the model, and then you say you don't have a model. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Walter Bislin has made a flat Earth model which explains eclipses, equinox, day, night, the poles, the stars, and everything that it confuses you guys. Now have a look at this model. Right.
That's all done based on the globe. Yes.
No, it's a
Kimo,
flat
did you-
plane.
Earth is
No.
dead.
Kimo, did you happen to read the entire page and down the bottom?
Yeah,
the
I agree with
explanation of
Walter
everything
Bislin.
he
He
just
disagrees,
presented?
I disagree. I disagree with both models. His model and this model, all models.
No.
All models are reification, yeah?
You agree with the model?
No,
as
I
the
don't
ice
agree
wall?
with any models. Don't put
No.
words in the mouth.
No,
Models
Kimo,
are a
you
reification fallacy.
Do you not, or what?
Did I just hear you say don't put words in my mouth, Kimo? You fucking hypocrite.
Well,
Oh,
I don't
that's
agree
just
with models.
a cake, that one.
This Walter doesn't
Hang
agree
on,
with this
hang on,
model.
hang on.
I don't agree with Walter's globe model. No one agrees with.
Yeah,
know.
you don't want to be pinned down.
Hang on, Kimo.
Mhm.
You even had an argument with me, probably about a week ago now, about travelling west from Queensland to Western Australia. If I kept going in that direction, I would hit the ice wall.
Sorry, Mebbit.
That's correct, yeah.
So you do have a model.
So you do have
Now
one.
you change your mind.
No, we don't have a model because models are a reification fallacy.
You were
Kimo,
arguing
can you-
about your model.
Goodness sake.
Now you're changing your mind. You're
Walter
lying,
Bislin
Kimo.
has created a model on
Kimo,
a flat
can you
plane
Find the
that
right
actually
street.
answer-
Hang on.
it explains.
Can you actually answer my question from earlier? Where did you get the idea that models are reification? Because science at least does use modeling. So where did this models are reification? Where did this come from?
Because any model that we try to test in reality does not compare to reality. So there was no concreteness.
Your reality, maybe.
So it's all imagination. It's all imagination.
Pretty much all imagination.
So, Kimo, I can see that you're confused about how models work because models are there to compare to reality. So, yes, they do compare
to reality. That's exactly why. You want to see the differences to reality. That's why you use a model.
That's the whole point of having a model, exactly.
And where the model runs short, then you make a note and you try to find a new, better model that works. Or then in some cases, you make a note, okay, this is accurate in some circumstances, but in these and these circumstances, it doesn't work.
Well, this is the model from Walter Bislin. It works. It answers every single question that you guys pose. And if you believe in reification fallacies, you will accept.
Do you believe in the Walter Bislin's calculator?
Do you believe
in
a
Kimo?
Dude?
No, Miffy, no, not at all. Because again, we don't know.
Okay, so why are you saying that this is the best one and all the rest of it when you don't even agree with it? You're just lying through your teeth, aren't you, dear?
How? Models are reification. You guys...
No, they're not. You've just been explained that, so that's bullshit. Next bullshit bit, go.
You said, give me a model. I want a model. We need models. So when we present you a model...
have no model.
Right,
you have no model.
Here, Renee, a link again. We keep on telling you, here is the model. Right here.
Here's a model that is nothing but utter nonsense. It's utter bullshit.
Well, that's
you know what?
No,
I know it.
That is your incredulity, Renee.
Incredulity. You're incredulity as it possibly can get.
Well, I mean, again, we can only go with the evidence that we have at our disposal, which is the model from Walter Bislin, which gives us...
So you agree with this model from Walter Bislin?
No.
Is that what you're saying, Kimo?
No, Mippet.
You agree, Kimo?
No. Walter Bislin has given us a reification and misplaced concreteness. We don't know what the Earth looks like. Nobody has seen...
Well, you see, that's where you're wrong.
Well, that's where you're
you
wrong.
don't know. We know.
So you have
don't
All right,
know.
okay.
There's a difference.
Okay, you have a model?
There's a difference.
You have a model, Mippet?
Sure.
Yeah, we have a good model.
Mippet, you have a model, Mippet?
It actually works for everything all at once.
Absolutely.
Right, so if you have a model, what is the size, what is the radius of your globe in that model? Aha!
I don't know. What does it matter?
Hey, Willebrod Snellius.
What is the radius? What is the radius in your model?
Willebrod Snellius.
Nobody knows. So
research him, you dirt.
You don't have a model.
I don't know what he's saying, but
we don't have a model.
Kimo, R is how it works out. Yeah.
R. So look,
sorry, you were telling the story, Kimo. Go on.
Yes, Mippet. So the idea is models are just what we think the Earth looks like.
No, it's not. That's what you think models are.
Well, nobody has a working model. Show me.
Well, we do. You're talking about incredulity. And you're displaying yours right now, darling.
Well, the model
the
model that you presented, Mippet, has been falsified because the radius.
No, it hasn't. Show me where it's been falsified.
The radius that has been given, Mippet.
Show us where it has been falsified, please, Kimo.
The radius that has been given, Mippet, of 3959 has been debunked with the Black Swan. So now we don't have geometry.
So it's wrong. But
you are a religious cultist zealot. That's all you are.
Well, I mean,
calm down, Renee.
That may be true. It may not be true, Renee. The only way to find out if
definitely true.
I'm cool.
I can second that.
Well, again, there's only one way to find out, and that is to present Cavendish in a vacuum, okay, and show us that
which is done 100 times.
Well, we have
You know that
various
more people
options,
have done
right?
that.
We have various options. Obviously, we can show
No.
Cavendish, or we can show a measurement
No.
of curvature, or we have a third option. We can show a picture from space.
No, we can do all of it all at once,
But
Kimo.
before you
once,
show the
yeah.
picture from space,
All at
you
one
have to show
time.
that you can have gas
Can
pressure.
predict everything all at once.
So let's think about it. If you provide Cavendish, the pictures from space are explained because
It's
That's
been
right.
done.
They're all done.
it hasn't
so
been done yet, Mippet. We
Yep.
need to see an
Yeah, it
observation.
has.
It's all been done, Kimo.
That's what they tell us. They say it's been done.
No, that's what you are
You
telling
can go
yourself.
watch the stream.
But what stream? Who's streaming? What?
Mippet's doing a hell of a job.
Bio is streaming right now. Cavendish in a vacuum live. What do you mean?
There you go.
Where? Where's the link? Link me, Mippet.
All right, I'll show you. Again, I'll show you again, but sure.
Oh yeah,
But
you can't
anyway,
do any work
it's already
for
been
yourself,
done.
Kimo.
Well, look, at the end of the day, science is what gives us the knowledge and information that we know to progress and move forward. So right
And you
now,
wouldn't know science if it came up and bit you on the ass.
look, Mippet, right now, Renee is saying that he has science.
You're an idiot. I know he is.
But look, unless we want poetry, we're just going to be singing to one another without the actual facts. And
I
figures.
don't sing. No. Gem doesn't allow singing in the server.
Exactly.
You know that.
So let's cut the poetry and let's focus on the science. Now, provide Mippet, Cavendish in a vacuum.
No, you provide anything.
It's your claim,
Any
Mippet.
sort of evidence of anything.
It's your
I don't even
claim.
care what it is. Just one piece of evidence for anything.
Why
Kimo.
should I
For
prove your
anything.
claim, Mippet?
Well, why should we do yours?
We're not making any claims. You're making the claim.
You are.
What's the claim, Mippet?
You're claiming that the globe isn't real.
That's
so
not a claim.
that it's a flat Earth. That's what you say you think.
That's not a claim. Now what?
You're not claiming anything?
No, you're telling us that the Earth we live on is curving, spinning, flying through space with no evidence.
It's not spinning, it's rotating once
Or however you describe it. There's no evidence.
every
to
24
support it.
hours
24
around the
hours.
sun. Yes, there is. There
Right,
is
Mippet,
plenty of it.
I feel...
What you choose not to look at and not to understand is not our problem.
Mippet, I
really.
feel like you're wasting time.
Yeah, you are. You are a waste of time, Kimo. It's really
I think
sad.
you're preventing the truth from coming out, Mippet.
No, I think that you're preventing
Preventing
any answers to anything at all.
I would have
You
to
know,
ask
just
Mippet, what,
Waste of time
what's in it
saying
for
things
you?
to you.
What's in it for you?
What's in it for you? Yeah, Kimo, what's in it for you?
No,
Right,
what's in it for you?
Chemo.
Okay, what?
Chemo.
Yes.
I'm going to post something just for you, so I'll upload this now. Have a good listen.
Is it Cavendish in a vacuum, yeah?
No, this is Chemo's show theme.
Okay.
Have a good listen.
I'll have a listen to that. But right now, the most important thing
It's only like 4 or 5 seconds. Have a listen.
they are gatekeepers. This is what seems to be happening. They're preventing the truth from coming out.
Okay, Mippet.
I recorded it just for you, so have a listen.
I will do. But right now we're in the middle
Yeah,
of
it's
exposing.
No,
4
right now.
seconds.
It's like
Listen
4
to it
seconds
right now.
long, Chemo. 4 seconds.
Okay, I said I will do. Don't worry. But right now,
4 seconds of your time, Kimo. While
As
you're arguing
you're
this, you
trying
could have
to waste
already
more
watched
time,
it
Mippet.
4 times.
You're wasting more time.
4 times you could
You're
have watched
wasting
it by
more
now.
4 seconds.
You are a waste of time.
Well, there's only one way to find out about that. and
Prove
that
me
is
wrong,
to
Chemo.
show that
Prove me wrong that you're not a waste of time.
Chemo / Nathan Oakley is a true waste of time.
Well,
The guy is a moron. He
Can we get
has
some
no
decorum here?
he has no understanding
Boss,
of
come on, let me
anything science related. He likes to pretend like he does, but does he? No, not really.
have you spoke to Nathan? Nate,
Hey, True Blue, you need to add this to it.
you haven't even spoke to Nathan. So what are you talking about?
About the same amount of sense you are, Chemo. So,
No, but Renee hasn't
Take that
spoke
as you
to
will.
Nathan. So how would he
That'll-
know how Nathan? Would
well, how do
speak
you
to
know
him?
he hasn't?
Well, that's what
How
I'm
do you
that's
know?
what I'm asking him now.
Pyro, that'll work.
Well, it's none of your business.
Well, he brought up Nathan.
No, it doesn't matter. He was saying that you and Nathan are both idiots, which is a correct statement. So
Yeah, but
what would the problem with that
he
be?
hasn't spoke to Nathan, and he hasn't.
How do you know?
So just ask.
Even if he hasn't, you don't need to speak to a person necessarily to figure out that they are idiots. For example, most people haven't spoken to Donald Trump, but I still think that you might say that he's an idiot.
Well, in that case, you're judging.
So it-
you're
so it
judging
doesn't
To be fair,
cover.
Laurie, I haven't spoken with you either.
Yeah, but you, what the
Well,
situation,
yeah.
you don't know if Nathan is just like that because of the person he's talking to. He may be talking to a liar, a deceiver, and a con artist. Now, if he's
No,
talking,
that's what he is,
if he's
a
talking to a
lying
genuine
con
person-
artist, deceiving prick.
if he's talking to a
Don't
genuine
even want
person,
to
then
talk
you can have
about
a
him in
genuine
here.
conversation.
It's makes me feel all dirty thinking about him. I need a shower now. Thanks, chemo.
So,
I love you,
what we
Midbit.
need is the science.
Thank you.
Without the science, we're pretty much lost at sea.
That's pretty well sums up your brain, chemo. Yep, you're all at sea. You got to try and work out whereabouts you were on your script, don't you? We'll give you a couple of minutes. It's okay.
Well, I mean, it's hard to forget the most important point. Mippet. Like I say, this gravitational force is supposed to be a thing, and as long
Yeah,
as
and it is, so that's okay.
as long,
That's been proven. Don't have to worry about that. What's next?
as long as we can provide that experiment, we are good to go.
Yep, it's done.
Well, what's the topic, Spurs? I mean, can you get to down
Well,
to
yes,
the brass
Mippet is a little
tacks
bit toxic, but again, she's dealing
No,
with
the topic.
Oh.
The topic.
Oh, okay.
What's the topic?
Okay. So the topic
You're
is,
fucking toxic, mate.
well,
I think you just let something slip there, Spurs.
you said what is toxic, yeah, or something to.
No, I said, what's the topic? And you thought
Ah.
I said toxic. And then you went straight to Mippet when you thought I said toxic.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that don't worry about it. These people are going through traumatic events.
No, what you did, you just called me toxic, and I think that that's rather rude of you.
No, I'm not saying you are. I don't see it like that. I don't see you guys.
Yeah,
as-
but that's what you said, chemo.
That's what I thought
is
was
the words
said.
that came out of
or
your
not,
face.
Spurs? Is Mippet toxic or not, Spurs?
She's not. No, she's going through traumatic.
All right, so then what's the topic?
Topic is gravity, the force. We're going to debunk Anthony. We're going to show that he got it wrong with relative density disequilibrium, and there is a force that causes the acceleration. That's what we're going to do.
So who's doing this experiment,
And
chemo?
what's the force? What do you propose?
BioJewel is conducting an experiment which will debunk any notions of relative density disequilibrium. Are we excited?
What do you reckon, Renee? Are you excited?
Well, this is going to be groundbreaking.
So pull it out. Let's go.
Well, it's coming. You have to-
Oh, it's one of the it's coming things. Oh shit. Okay, so we got to sit back for a couple more years, I guess.
Well, I can't control BioJewel and what he
Well,
does.
you can't even control what comes out of your own mouth, chemo.
Yeah, I mean, I think most.
Why
things
won't
are-
you answer a question? Seriously, I'm being honest with you here. Why won't you answer a question, even when it's just a simple thing?
Look, we've got to focus on the most important things. Mippet,
See?
right?
See, you can't even answer that.
But what
You're
are the most
amazing
important
at
things?
how you just non-answer.
But what are the most important?
If you can't think of an answer, you just make shit up.
Right, again, you're wasting time, Mippet.
No, you're not the one answering. I'm not the one not answering questions. You are.
But we're not making any claims, Mippet. See? Exactly.
You just said gravity. And
Yes.
that you were going to prove whichever Nathan it was, or Riley or whoever, prove them wrong. That's what you just said.
No, the Globers are going to show that gravity is a force, and when Anthony did the relative density
So
disequilibrium-
end of discussion. It all works. Great one.
Well, where is it?
Not
then?
a problem.
Where is it? It's a lot.
It's been done.
Where?
You just said it's been done.
Where?
You just said it.
We have a paper.
You just said that Anthony had done it all.
No, Anthony's done
he's
the
playing the
relative
fool.
density disequilibrium.
Yeah, he's playing
experiment.
Dickweed of the day.
He keeps asking for the Cavendish to be in a vacuum. BioJoule is going to try and replicate it.
Yes.
And now he's being a dick.
No, once this experiment is complete, we will be able to show that...
No, you
Don't
won't.
say we. Don't say we, Kimo. You're not we, mate. You are them.
Well, yes, but I mean,
You are
if
it.
you guys want to show that we and them...
See, now you're confusing yourself, Kimo, with all the different we, them, those, theys, aren't you?
Yes.
You're forgetting who's what. Which side were you on again? The who or the what?
Well, look, what we need is an experiment to show.
Yeah, but is there an experiment to show it?
BioJoule is conducting a Cavendish in a vacuum.
Yeah, but BioJoule's not here right now. Why don't you say something that you've done? That you're going to do, that you've set up.
Yeah, we've done the relative density disequilibrium experiment.
Who's we and where?
So I've done it in the laboratory where you take an egg or a potato, put it in a medium, you change the
and
density.
you've got this on your is this on your channel? Have we got a link to this?
No,
to show me how a potato grows?
Oh, no, YouTube. It was on the Anthony's channel, but they deleted YouTube from it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Muppet.
Oh, so you're saying that you didn't do anything?
No.
Okay, we're getting down to it now. What have you done? That means you personally, you Kimo. The person Kimo. What have you done?
I've taken a potato or an egg.
You didn't.
And
you didn't
put
do
it
that.
in a medium.
You didn't do that. You just said it was someone else that did it. Get your facts right, Kimo.
Anthony
have
Riley
you
did
or
that,
have you not done this experiment?
Anthony used an egg. I
have
used a
you?
potato.
You didn't.
I used a potato. Anthony used an egg. Now...
You used a potato. Where is the link? I want to see it.
I used a watermelon.
Use the watermelon.
Yeah.
Don't eat the seeds; they'll start growing in your lungs. Not going to answer their questions, still are you, Kimo?
Well, look. At the end of the day, we are waiting for.
At the end of the day, you've got no answers. True. Okay. Sorry to have woken you up again. Go back to sleep.
We are waiting for BioJoule to show.
Kimo, you've said that 14 times since I've come back.
Well,
we heard it
and he's not here.
Times.
Yes, but unless someone can show Cavendish in the
Well, he's not here to show whatever you're crapping on about. So how about we don't?
No, I'm saying if somebody else has it, let's take a look. Does anybody else in the world ever or have they got Cavendish in a vacuum? Does anybody have that?
So we're asking. No, we were talking about a potato before. What happened to the potato?
Oh yeah. So if you put a potato in a medium.
But you hang on a second. Hang on. Whoa. This was in a lab, did you say? So it's in a completely sterile environment.
Absolutely, Mippet. Absolutely.
And okay, so then
we
we've
do
got
find
our
potatoes in nature.
Potato, and what do we do with the potato? Do we have to peel it?
So you didn't ask about the observed phenomena first.
Oh, okay. We're observing the potato
in nature
getting peeled.
So there's a potato in a field. The field floods.
Oh, a potato in a field. Okay.
Well, that's where they grow.
I've just got a picture of JM Tree standing in a field. Why would that be?
So let's say the field
I must think he's a spud.
Field floods, potatoes float. Now, this water comes into contact with
And where would be
water.
the video link to that? That sounds really interesting.
You've never seen a flood before?
Potatoes being washed out of a field. I want to see it.
That's just a hypothesis. Okay. That if
So you're just making shit up again?
No, if a potato is in a field and it floods, it will float.
No, if nothing. Have you done it? You keep... 1 minute we're in the lab with a potato, the next minute it's floating down the fucking river. What is happening with this potato?
Well, all we're doing is trying to conduct science, Mittens.
I have to mute my microphone.
Can I intervene for a second, please?
Yes, please.
I'm very curious how you're gonna do the calculations, because in everything that you have to do in your experiment, if you're saying because you're gonna do it, is gonna include gravity. I don't know what are you talking about and how you're gonna do it, because if you take it like that, the equation of your experiment, mathematical equation, you're gonna need mass, volume, yes?
You're overloading your mic. Nobody
Looking, your mic is way too loud. Miking.
Now it's fine.
Looking, your mic is way too loud.
You like this? Yeah, it's just way too loud, my friend.
Now it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Now you're fine.
That's
Yeah, you
better.
sound good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry for that. I didn't know it. So when you're doing an experiment, you have to do the mathematical equation, yeah? So I want to know how you're gonna do your equation, because if you're gonna do everything what's including the pressures and everything what's including gas volumes and everything around the Earth is gonna include gravity. So you're gonna have deflections. You're gonna have a lot of things. So
okay, so
the formula that are around. One second.
Well, hold on, decoders. Hold on. Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Have we spoke before?
No.
No. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Great.
Yeah, nice trying to derail that chemo. Shut up and let him continue.
Are you
He was making sense.
Are you a globe earther or a flat earther?
I'm a normal human being, let's say.
You're on the fence, did you say? I didn't hear what you said. Are you a glober or flat earther?
I'm a normal human being, so
I'm a normal human being, so I don't believe in flat Earth.
What is the shape of the Earth, or you don't know?
Doesn't matter what I know is not not about the belief. It's about what you know.
So what do you know about?
If you know because the Earth is round, it's something that is not you believe. You know it because you have been studied at school. So it's a little bit different from believing to knowing. So for me, I know because the Earth is round.
So you're saying the Earth is round? It's like a ball, right?
Well, it's an oblate spheroid, to be specific.
Exactly.
Come on, you've got to speak clear because these guys will overtalk you and you're very hard to hear. So is the Earth a globe or is the Earth a flat plane?
Spherical object.
It's an oblate spheroid.
Excellent. Now we can begin. Nice to meet you, Globe Earther. My name is Kimo. I'm here to destroy...
Chemo doesn't answer questions, so don't bother asking him anyway.
I'm an idiot.
That the Earth is spherical, flying through space. So, what is the radius of this spherical object?
No, I don't want to talk about the radius because it's a little bit tricky. Your question is a little bit tricky, and I know where you're going to. So we are talking about your experiment.
Let's get there quickly then. Where am I going?
For example, if you take it from Arctic to the Pole North, it have a little bit of out of difference between the equator.
Shut up, Chemo.
Any if is true, but what we need to make sure.
Shut up, Chemo. Let the man speak.
Go on then.
So my question is simple. So you're gonna do an experiment that is gonna have differences between the gases, yeah, and you want to prove because the gravity doesn't exist, and you're gonna prove because the pressure of the gas is gonna put everything down, yeah, instead of the gravity, yeah. The lowest gradient of the pressure from the top is gonna be pushing everything down, and you're gonna have in this case a simulated gravity. I don't know what you're gonna explain it, but how you're gonna do the equations and everything what you have to do it there, because even in the classical experiments that we have been done at our school, we calculate the gravity. How are we going to prove it mathematically? Because this is the biggest problem. You do it, yeah. Let's say you're going to have a success. It's hypothetical speaking. I know because it's going to be hypothetical because it's not going to happen. I have done those experiments on school and after that on university. So when you're going to do the calculations, I'm very curious with what you're going to replace the gravity And I'm very curious with what you're going to replace the deflections. Because those things, they are not only simple fluids or simple gases that are going to be put in there. They have deflections. They have forces that they're gonna, because they're inside of the container, and there are forces that are pushing inside of the pressurized gases or the pressurized liquids. How you gonna put it mathematically without the gravity?
Well,
sorry.
the good news
Thank you.
is we have an experiment that shows gravity is actually...
Is this the potato experiment, Kimo?
No, we have... are you saying gravity...
Here's the bullshit. Now, here comes the Kimo's bullshit explanation.
Okay, so are you agreeing we have or we don't have gravity? Hoders? Is it a force or not a force?
Oh, no,
gravity.
this is not
One
question and answer. You need to address it directly what he said, Kimo.
Well, I agree.
Gravity-
We have an
One
experiment
second,
on the
one
way
second.
to show that gravity is a force. We're going to show
One second.
massive...
One second. Can I explain to you? No, what's the gravity? Because I'm you what we have been learned about the gravity and what we have been experimented about the gravity. So gravity is a product, an effect of the mass. Yeah. So if you're gonna have, for example, in space, you're gonna have a huge object like sun or another planet. It's gonna produce gravity. In other cases, let's say there are things that are not have they're not like they don't have matter or something like that, but they are black holes. They are going to produce gravities as well. So everything what it have mass is going to have gravity. Doesn't matter in what distance, how much distance is going to be one object through another object. Important part of measuring the gravity is the mass. So if we have a bigger object, the gravity is going to differ from the smaller object. So that's is not only the definition of the gravity, is the simple things that you're going to observe it in the universe regarding to the gravity. So yes, I know about the gravity and I believe in gravity, and I can measure the gravity with simple things, simple tools. What they have been done it in 2000 years ago with a rolling ball, put it on the wood, on the piece of wood, and after that calculating the time that is gonna take for the rolling ball.
How do you measure gravity? How do you measure that?
Let him finish then.
It happened. So.
Don't interrupt this gentleman. This gentleman is speaking truth.
The simple experiments that have been done by the Greece. They have been using rolling balls. They have been using rolling balls, and they have been using Stadia. I don't know what you know it, the old measurement thing, Stadia, and they didn't have meters or centimeters. They have been using Stadias, yeah. And with the rolling balls and with the scripet, I don't know, no scripet, inclinated plane, yeah. They have been calculated the possible gravity, but after that, with the time. We needed a formula. We needed experiments, true experiments about that thing, and Newton have been coming with the true formulas, true mathematics, and true everything about the gravity. And after that, Einstein with a little bit changes. So the gravity does exist.
You make it sound simple.
Yes, because it was simple.
Stop. Let the man speak.
Yes, because it is simple. It's not something that is very, very hard to put it in place to make it understand that as a human being. Because our brain is not putting like we put everything on paper. Yeah, for example, 2 + 2 is 4. This is a very simple equation. But on gravity, we have a lot of things that are implemented and are included in all the calculations that are there, and for us it's very hard to put it on paper and to understand from the first time what's happened there. So we take it a long period of time for our brain to evolve, to understand everything what's around us, and luckily for us we have some people who have inputted everything in place for us, and we are lucky because we are living on the shoulders of those people. So you cannot disprove gravity, unfortunately.
Well spoken.
I'm so sorry because I have been intervened, and I'm very curious how you gonna calculate everything, because I told you that there are pressures that are going. If you put everything, let's say, let's put it in a simple way. If you put something in a containers, the container is gonna press from the left side, even if there are small forces, vectorial things that are pressing from inside, from outside to inside, yeah. And how are you gonna calculate them? How you gonna take out the gravity from your experiment? Because it's here. You're gonna do it on the Earth. You're not gonna do it in space. So those things and diffractions again. How are you gonna take them out? It's not so easy to prove something on a planet, because you have other forces that are influencing your experiment. I'm so sorry. Am I gonna let you go with your?
Oh, thank you.
No. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming and expressing yourself and your opinions. Much, very much appreciated. Very well spoken. Thank you.
Okay.
Nice. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty. That was good.
That was because you weren't talking, Kimo.
But decoders, the problem that we're going to have is
that was nice. I was for him to come in and do that for us. Yay!
All right, clap.
Yeah, decoders.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, the mathematics seems to work, seems to give us results. But obviously, this is just a hypothesis, right? This is what we believe to be true.
Oh, what the hell ever. You just got owned right there by this gentleman who just happened to pop in on a whim and made you look like a tool. Hello.
So, decoders. Yeah, so we have lots of theories, ideas, postulations, speculations. And we write them down in paper, as you said.
With this ranting bullshit.
But any of these hypotheses require an experiment. Now, obviously, if gravity is what you say it is, we should be able to conduct an experiment to show...
As long as it's got spuds involved.
To show the results there, yeah? So, if you can produce an experiment showing mass attracting mass, the gravitational force, then yeah, it will be accepted. That's how we do science. We have a method, decoder. So, can you present or provide any substantiation of your claim?
Can you substantiate any word that just came out of your mouth?
Give him a chance.
No, I'm talking to you.
No. I ask it how you're gonna take out the pressures that are and the differential pressures that are gonna be inside, and the vectors and the forces that are gonna be. I didn't have to claim something. When you're gonna do an experiment like that,
all right? You said force.
Yes.
You said
yes,
forces
because
and
you're gonna
what
put it in a
forces
container.
and what pressure are you talking about?
So you're gonna put everything in a container, yes?
No, what forces, what pressures are you talking about?
So when you put something in a container, it's gonna have a gradual pressure, yeah. And for example, when you're gonna reach the margin of the container, for let's say in the left, right, top, bottom, and what you're gonna have there, the container, even if it's gonna be a very, very small amount of pressure that is gonna do it, was very small amount of forces, because the containers have walls, yeah. And the liquid from the edge of the wall is not going to have the same properties from the liquid from the middle of the wall, yeah. And those are small forces that are going to intervene in your properties. How are you going to take them out? That was my question, because in open space you can have gradual pressure without putting everything in a container, and you can calculate everything without forcing everything to be staying together. That was my question. I don't know why.
I don't get what it's relating to. What is this question related
to? That is my biggest problem, because you don't get it. What's exactly in the physical thing? You going with
I don't
presumptions.
get what you're asking.
I'm not asking something that is out of the experiment. I'm asking you what's inside of the experiment.
Which experiment? What experiment are we talking about?
You have been talking about the relative densities, and if you want to do something like that,
no. We've been talking about Cavendish in a vacuum. Relative density, we're going to debunk. We're going to show that it's not relative density, and we're going to show that it's gravity. Now, in order to show
which way are we talking about now, Kimo? You've got to keep us up with who.
You have started the discussion in a very wrong way. So you have started the discussion because you're going to do something that is going to be pressure, and you're going to prove because you're going to take out the gravity and you're going to use pressure instead of gravity.
No, we're going to use gravity.
You're going to use gravity. How?
Yes, because you're not listening. So, mass.
We're getting confused over which we you're talking about, Kimo, because you're not a part of any we, but you keep saying we, and we are getting confused. Do you get that?
So, Decodus, we know gravity is a force, right?
So now for you, gravity exists.
That's what we're trying to find out. Have you not been listening? So we have an experiment, Cavendish, in a vacuum.
Yes, we do. And you're going over and over the same thing, Kimo, when it's got nothing to do with what he asked you.
If you want to do it, like if you want to prove the gravity, it's very simple. Go to a very high, I don't know, building or whatever you want. Put two different objects, from one very heavy and one very light, and you let it go down, and you're gonna see the differences, and you're gonna calculate the atmospherical pressure, and you're gonna have the gravity. What's so hard to
What's so hard?
calculate?
Let's find out what's so hard. So we have an acceleration of these two objects, right?
Yes, exactly.
So what caused that acceleration?
What caused that acceleration? The gravity.
The gravity. So gravity is a force, right?
A slight force, but it is a force.
Slight force, but it's a force nonetheless. So that's our hypothesis. Do you understand? Where we speculate.
It's not.
Or your.
No, it's not a hypothesis.
It doesn't work like that.
No, it's not a hypothesis. If you're gonna have something for let's say, for example, it's very hard for me if I'm not putting on a mathematical way, because shitty hell, I'm
listen. Let's go back. You said drop an object, it falls different rates, whatever. But we have an acceleration.
No. It doesn't fall on the different rates. It's falling on the same rate depending of the mass.
Okay.
And you're gonna have the atmospherical pressure. You're gonna take it out.
Yeah, we can get to that. We can get to that pressure.
There.
But listen, there is an acceleration caused by a force, is what you tell us.
No. What needs to happen is you need to listen.
I am listening. So the acceleration is caused by a force. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we predict.
Yes.
So
you're not predicting. You're gonna have it.
No, but we've got to test it.
If you're gonna calculate everything, you're gonna have everything exactly like it. You have been learning it. I don't know if you have been on the school, on the physical lessons.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't been to school.
So
look, we'll write down the calculations.
You're gonna be there. You have been done this experiment on school. Why you are?
I'm not arguing with you about that. Again, you're looking for an argument.
Let's please let Dakota speak, please.
Why do you think it's so complicated?
It's not complicated.
Normal things.
It's quite simple. We have acceleration. There has to be a force. Yes. Okay.
No. We have a force. And
we have a force, right? So that's what we're going to test and experiment to make sure.
Be quiet and let Dakota speak and learn.
So if you're saying that the acceleration is caused by a force, we need to find out which force. What is that force? You see?
No, you're gonna have exactly the same amount of the same number.
Yeah, we'll have the same number. I'm not arguing about the number.
He doesn't understand, and he doesn't want to be quiet. Please be quiet and let Dakota speak.
Dakota, I understand the numbers. Okay, you're calculating.
You don't understand the numbers. That's the problem. And he's trying to explain, and you refuse to shut up. Be quiet.
You're calculating the acceleration. You're saying that there's a force that causes this acceleration, Decoders. Yes?
You're just rude, Kimo.
Decoders, please don't leave us. Hang out.
I'm not gonna leave you, but I'm gonna shut up because I really don't know. It's very hard. It's very hard to explain
Yeah,
to
he
man.
tries to get in a catch out,
who
and
have
it
been
just he's
started-
being an idiot.
He have been started the thinking talking because he's gonna take out the gravity. He's not gonna talk about the gravity. He's gonna after that he was switching the situation, and after that now I don't know what he's doing.
Well, you said
It's
objects
okay.
fall, and I said, okay,
he's
objects fall.
What he's doing,
And I said there's an
what he's doing
acceleration.
is what we
You
call
said
here in
yeah.
the States. He's doing
And then we
jump,
agree there's
dodge,
a
and roll.
force. And then we're going to test that force. What's the problem with you?
At least,
Excuse me.
At least, can do you know what after what number are you looking for when you do the experiment?
No.
What is the correct measurement?
I don't know.
Of the number.
I don't know.
Okay.
Tell me.
Okay. No. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm
Okay,
gonna
well,
let you to
don't
discover
tell me.
by yourself.
Don't tell me. But the
no.
point is that this number.
I am gonna be very curious.
Mhm.
What number are you gonna have on the experiment?
I have no idea. But the point is that there's an acceleration, right?
Yes, it's gonna be an acceleration.
Acceleration. So
definitely.
that's caused by a
Yes.
force, right?
Yes.
So we're going to test that force to make sure that there is a force to this acceleration. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So have you heard? Have you heard?
When you're gonna do, for example, the experiment? What do you expect to be an acceleration or to not be an acceleration?
No. We're going to test if there is a force causing this acceleration.
Oh, you want? Okay. And in the case it's gonna be an acceleration, what's gonna be the result?
So we're just going to find out if it's caused by relative density or gravity.
Okay. But because in density the things they are not. So let's say, it's so strange. So let's say you're gonna have non-acceleration, and if it's not gonna be an acceleration, what is gonna happen?
I love this.
Go on.
What
Keep
is gonna
him going,
happen
Dick.
if it's not gonna be an
Take on this.
acceleration?
Keep him going, Decadus.
No. When
If
we
you
drop
have a
objects,
YouTube channel,
objects
if you have a
accelerate, and therefore
YouTube channel, I
there will
will
be a force
subscribe
that's
you
causing
right
this
now.
acceleration. Now, all we
You
want to
already
try and
have
find
this guy
out.
on the ropes.
All we want to find out if the cause is
You're
gravity
hilarious. I
or
love you.
relative density disequilibrium. Yeah.
Relative density disequilibrium.
No. We're going to find out if it's either or. Right. So we've done a test.
But what's the relative
Great.
density? What's the disequilibrium from the relative density? I don't know what's causing the disequilibrium. What? No, I don't get it.
Explain it. Explain it,
make
Kimo.
This is great.
to make something that
Decadence is
that is gonna cause a deflection, because the disequilibrium is a deflection. Yeah, definitely. If you want to define it like that, it's gonna be a deflection. If it's something, some forces is gonna be pushing something outside, or is gonna be making an anomalies inside of your experiment. And what is gonna cause the disequilibrium? What is gonna? It's not. You're gonna do it in the or you're gonna do it in vacuum, or you're gonna do it in water, or you're gonna do it in a gas, on an inert gas, for example, hydrogen or other gases that you have it, I don't know, in your laboratory, and you're gonna put it inside of that container, and you're gonna do the experiment. What is gonna cause the disequilibrium? Because
Okay, so look,
it's a little bit tricky. What you want to do? I don't get it.
Well, you said that objects fall, they have an acceleration, and we're trying to discover.
No. I told you. Let's don't put the acceleration. Let's take us. We're gonna go constant. We're gonna have a constant speed. For example, our speed is gonna be. I'm not gonna put you the correct number. Let's invent a number. 5 meters per second. Yeah. We're gonna go with 5 meters per second with a constant speed. Yeah, we're gonna throw a ball, let's say 20 kilos, yeah, 20 kilogram ball, and we're gonna put it in a container. The container is gonna have 7 meter high. Doesn't matter the forces, they're gonna be outside, because we're I know you're not gonna measure it for the error measurement. We're gonna use a call it alpha calculation. Yeah, the alpha calculation is gonna give you all the errors that you have. They're gonna be in your experiment. Let's figure it out. We're gonna do it the calculation before we're gonna do the experiment, and after that we're gonna do the experiment to see what is gonna happen. Yeah, and inside of that container we're gonna have a 5 meter per second acceleration. Yeah, sorry, a constant speed of 5 meter per second. So, can you explain to me what you have been obtained from that experiment?
So look, in science, all we're trying to discover.
No. One second. So if you have been obtained, yes.
Dakota, sorry, mate. If you ask a question, it's better if you let him get to the end of the answer, and even if he starts off wrong, just let him get through it, and then you can point out. You can. No, you're right. You're right. You're new here. That's fine. Just when he gets to the end of his answer, you can then point out the many factors where he's wrong.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
No need to apologise, mate. Everyone's apologising to me. You don't need to be with nothing. Go ahead, Spurs.
Yes, so what we're looking for is cause and effect, okay? So, yeah, I mean, when we see things fall in nature, Dakotas, we want to predict what caused that. Now, I said, we both said there's a force. Some say relative density. Now, what we can do is we can conduct an experiment called the Cavendish. Cavendish will show us if our hypothesis is correct, you see. Then, obviously...
Both Blue Marble Science and BM Furball have done it recently. Go check it out. They do it brilliantly.
All right, guys, we really need to...
I call foul. I call foul because that is no direct response to Deconde's post.
Renee,
I call foul.
Renee, you really need to use push to talk, mate, and when you feel like talking, don't push. Go ahead, Spurs.
Yeah, so
you said that last time.
So obviously when
what I spoke
we have
true.
this hypothesis decoders, we're going to have to conduct an experiment to agree with it. Now we have Cavendish in a vacuum. We have the papers. We have the scientists.
Which way are we talking about again, Kimo? Just want to keep up.
All of us. We have the papers, the scientists who all agree that mass attracts mass in a vacuum. They all
You're welcoming us to the globe, are you?
Every single scientist says this. But the one thing we don't have from these scientists is the observation to confirm that all of these papers and the scientists are correct. So, Dakotas, if you can show here and now, today, in this moment, mass attracting mass in a vacuum, we will have that force, then all the calculations you were referring to will be validated. You see, we can't validate your calculations unless we have an experiment. You see?
So, Dakotas, do you feel that answers the question you posed to him?
No, it's far away, but that doesn't matter. Okay, let's say, because I have to validate your answer, but the answer it have been validated by Cavendish. Why I have to validate your answer? The experiment it have been done it in the past.
I know.
So
that's what we're talking about.
The calculations are there. The formula is there. Everything is there. You only have to put everything tied to you're gonna have the numbers. For example, the Cavendish didn't put the numbers of the masses, the mass. You know
that's what
how
I'm
much weight
about,
it have been on a ball. Yeah. So if you're gonna put the correct numbers on your experiment in the Cavendish experiment, you're gonna have the same result like Cavendish it have it. I don't know why you have to duplicate it.
I can't leave.
For me, it's something that it's nonsense.
Look, Dakotas,
I really don't get that why.
You've just admitted Now, anything you say will be used against you because you've just said it has been done. Cavendish
it has
in a
been done.
vacuum has been done. So, can you provide?
Yes, Kimo.
Can you provide the Cavendish that has been done in the past decoders?
Why aren't you presenting your spud to us that you've
Ah,
done
put a
before?
sock in it,
But you
Mickey.
have been you have been done it at school, the Cavendish experiments. Why it's so hard to understand it?
Yes, I remember those days. We did Cavendish. We knew the cause, which was the atmosphere. The air caused the mass to move, and we didn't have a vacuum in the school in those days. But we did the Cavendish, yes, like you said, and we saw the results. We saw the objects moving around. It was like an attraction. It was like, whoa. But then we postulated. We said, hey, sir, didn't the atmosphere cause that to move?
You did not.
Didn't the air cause that to move?
You did not say, hey, sir, this.
Didn't the draft cause that to move?
Laughed his ass off at you.
And he was like, look, young Kimo, one day we will build a vacuum, one day, okay, in the future.
And you'll be an idiot
in the
one
future,
day.
we will design and build a
We'll
vacuum.
be the next day.
Decoders. Look, I let decoders finish. No one ever lets me finish, ever. Ever, never get to finish.
Let's let Spurs finish a point without interjections or interruptions.
Never ever let me finish, right? And I don't make long points, but I'm just simply saying that the sir said in the future, decoders, one day a vacuum will be designed, a Cavendish will be in there, and we will show to you that mass does attract mass. Now this day has come. We're older. We are more critical. So can you provide decoders?
No, because I don't have the right tools right here to me, only the mathematical equations, and the mathematical equations is not going to provide nothing to you. So you have to do your experiment in the vacuum, and I'm going to bet everything what you want. If you want, I'm going to go to bank and I'm going to take out $1 million and
No, let's be sensible. Let's be sensible.
Have you got $1 million?
Let's be sensible. Let's be sensible. How about £1,000?
And if you're gonna put, if you're gonna put 1 million,
not a million decoders, £1,000.
County your name.
£1,000.
If you're gonna put whatever you want,
£1,000.
You can put the Cavendish experiment, whatever you want. It's gonna be exactly the same, like
well,
in
go
the
on
vacuum,
then.
in the air.
Okay, £1,000 says you're wrong. You've got 2 days.
See
You've got 2 days. 2 days. You've got 2 days to provide Cavendish in a vacuum.
I have to provide. You told me because you're gonna do the experiment in the vacuum.
No, you said it's been done already.
No,
there's videos of it being done everywhere, Kimo.
The Cavendish experiment, it have been done it by the Cavendish. So
Right.
you have been done it on the school.
In
So
a vacuum
why I have to provide to you my Cavendish experiment to you? You told me because you're gonna do the Cavendish experiment in 2 weeks. So do it. I want to see it.
Look,
I want to see it because
decoders,
it's gonna be wrong.
Look, decoders,
really
you're
want
not
to
the
see it.
first globe earther to be embarrassed by this question.
You are outside your
No one's
realm,
embarrassed.
brother, and
No, I want to be.
you
I want to
are
be
outside
embarrassed.
of your realm.
In the case, your Cavendish experiment is
You're
going
not
to
the
be
first
correct.
glober to be embarrassed. You won't be the
No,
last
no.
one to be
You are
embarrassed by
outside
this
of
one
your
second,
realm, brother.
one
You
second.
don't want to
In the
go
case-
up against this guy. You are a
One
scared
second.
little child.
So
One
let's
second.
put
In the case-
£1,000 English pounds on the fact that we will never ever see
no
Cavendish
problem.
in a vacuum.
No problem.
It's
mate.
been
You're a
done.
scared
You accept,
little
you accept.
child.
For example,
2 days.
For
You've
example,
got 2 days to present Cavendish in a vacuum.
You're
I
a
have
scared
to. No,
little
mate.
child.
You have to. You told
Show
me
me
that
your
you're gonna
money
do the
first.
Cavendish.
No,
one second,
you
one
said
second.
you've seen it. I've never seen it. You have.
You're
You've
a
got
scared
2
little
days.
child.
Mate, you're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, so
One
let's start
second.
again. Let's try again.
So I told you because the Cavendish experiment, it have been done it by Cavendish.
In a vacuum.
Yeah, and in a vacuum, doesn't matter. Can be in the whatever you want.
Yeah, but
It's
it doesn't
gonna
work in a
work
vacuum, does it?
because it's gonna be it's gonna be done it on the Earth. It's gonna be done it in this planet. Doesn't matter if you want to put it in whatever you want to do it. It's gonna
Sorry,
work
mods.
perfectly.
Look, has it been done in a vacuum?
Mate, do it in whatever you want to do it, and it's gonna work.
Okay, let's put
You're a
£1,000
scared
that
little
says
child.
it doesn't work in a vacuum. You say it does, I say it doesn't.
Show us your money.
If the Cavendish experiment is not gonna work, yeah, I think you're gonna have the Nobel Prize, mate. But
I'm gonna have a lot of what?
The Nobel Prize on the science.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you think? Do you think?
I don't think I want the Nobel Prize. I'm a humble guy, and
oh my God, here we go. Let's upchuck everybody.
Everybody from the science, they want to destroy the old
Say,
experiments. They want to do it.
But I don't want that. I've tried very hard to stay low key and to make sure the arguments are the most important thing.
We know who you are, Oakley.
I'm not looking for any fame or fortune.
Please do the Cavendish experiment. Prove me wrong. I'm gonna give you the money.
This guy will own you.
This is why I said BioDual is going to be one of the most famous people in this community. The Decoder sees
well, again, Kimo, he's not here to speak for himself. How about you not talk about him behind his back?
Decoder said, I will have a Nobel Prize, because he realises that if it doesn't work, you're going to break science. So BioDual will do just that. He will show that mass does not attract mass.
Yeah, but you keep saying we'll hear about it from BioDual once it's happened. How about you tell us about something else, Kimo? Something that you've done, not with a potato.
Well, I've told you what's been done.
Kimo is nothing but a scared little pup.
Intervention.
Listen to the question. What have you done?
Well, it's not about me, Muppet.
Nothing.
Exactly. He's got nothing. Quick, find where you're up to in your script, Kimo. Sorry.
Oh, Muppet.
Didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought there.
I've been over it many, many times. That we've been to the ocean.
And you've been wrong that many times.
We've measured
We've
measured our height. We've measured to the horizon. We've measured objects in the distance over the non-geometrical horizon. How many times should I tell you this?
Well, how many times are you going to lie through your ass? That's pretty much how many times we got to listen.
So,
and by the way,
the sun comes up from the horizon. That proves globe Earth. Welcome.
Oh, and by the way, Dakotas, welcome to our little community here. Glad to have you.
Yeah, so Dakotas, all your equations mean absolutely...
You need to just shut up. That's what you need to
nothing do. Unless we have an experiment.
What you need to do is just shut up because you're nothing but a piece of work. Okay?
Without those experiments there, Dakotas.
Blah, 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 blah. Let's listen to some more tongue waggling.
Okay, so without those experiments there, Dakotas, your equations are just that, equations on paper, which have no basis in the real world, which is why we are anticipating BioDual's experiment.
Anticipating? Are we anticipating the end of the world, or what the hell?
Well, I mean,
some kind of apocalypse, some kind of flat Earth apocalypse.
Well, Renee, all we're trying to do
is it only going to end up in that way? It's like, oh, what a god awful way to go.
Well, Renee, all we're trying to do is expose the globe lie.
No, you're just full of shit. How about that?
Well, we've been lied to about the shape of the Earth, Renee. Did you know this?
No, we haven't. You're the only one lying about the shape of it, Kimo.
About the shape of the Earth. Okay.
Yes, did you know that water cannot conform around the exterior without that force that BioDual is about to present any time this year? So when BioDual shows that we have this force, the idea that water cannot
talking about other people. It might happen, it might not. Let's wait until it does, eh?
Entertainment Earth.
Yes, because you know we saw Dal pour water on a ball and we understand.
And and we all know how dumb Dell is, don't we?
No, the idea.
I mean,
is that
even Google can't translate Dell.
Look,
shit.
the idea is that we need a force. That's what he was demonstrating. Okay.
Hey,
the
wait a
one
minute.
biodual shows that
Dell
force.
isn't a genius.
Every
I thought he
flat
was.
Earth is going to have a problem with their own ideas because you will have the force.
Well, I think that you're wrong.
My dreams
so
have been dashed.
we'll have to wait for BioJewel to find out, won't we?
We will.
Next
I'm excited.
question.
I'm excited.
Yeah, next item on the script, please, Kimo.
Is why can't you get your head around the fact you've been lied to?
Sorry, what was that?
I said,
Why
why
can't you
get
Why
your
is
head
it
around the
useless?
fact you've been lied to?
Mel just talked right over you, Kimo. I don't know what you said. Sorry.
Why are you such a useless troll, Mippet?
Maybe
Kimo, you were saying?
What a crime
So the next
to
question
humanity.
is, why is it so difficult to get your head around the fact that you've been lied to about the shape of the Earth?
Well, how can you get your head around the fact that we really haven't?
Okay, so can you demonstrate then that we live on a globe?
Can you demonstrate that we have
that we have what?
been deceived?
Yes, absolutely. We're waiting.
So give us bargain. All right. So you're going to show us something. Crap, let me get organised for this. I'm going to get my coat. Hang on. All right, I'm ready.
No. We have.
Let's go.
Me too.
We have a hypothesis that gravity is holding the water onto the Earth, and
Of course it is.
The moon controls the tides through gravitational pull. Yes.
Of course it does.
And yeah, that's what we're told. So, unless we have that force,
all true, isn't it?
Well, maybe
everything that you were told is true.
Maybe, baby.
Yes, it was. See, you can't say no because then you really would be lying. Hey, Kimo.
Look. Yes, look. BioJewel is going to provide the experiment for us.
Yeah, look, BioJewel still isn't here. How about we not talk about him again?
Okay, so tell me.
We're talking about you, Kimo. What have you got next on your script?
Okay, so we have evidence that space is a violation of scientific.
And where's the evidence for this, please? So that we can be looking it up while you're talking.
Okay, so space is a vacuum, okay, with zero pressure.
So,
okay. And we
do we have? Can we have a link, please, Kimo?
A link? Yes. Let me give you a link. Problem. 1 second, Mippet. Get this for.
I'll give you a fucking moment. Give me a moment because I'm a po.
Just a second, just comment.
Oh, he's just gonna link one of his stupid videos that no one's gonna look at anyway, because they all say the same thing, that Kimo is an idiot. So watched all those.
How much exercise do you do, Mippet?
Excuse me? What was the question?
How much exercise do you do?
What has that got to do with anything?
Do you ever get off your ass and do anything?
With a cross, 'cause I'm evil.
Do you ever get off
run
your
the other
ass
day
and...
when you said you were going to Mel? Did you actually go?
Yeah.
You did.
How many Ks did you run?
Okay, Mippet, here you go. Have a look at this video and tell me what you see.
What will I see with
How
one
far,
of your
Mel?
videos? You're a derp.
No, but what do you see when you look at this video, Mippet?
Well, it says NASA Earth from space. So I'd say Earth viewing cameras ISS feed at #real time. So yeah, I've read the title. I know all about it now. So it doesn't help you in the slightest. So what's your evidence again?
Okay, this
that wasn't evidence, by the way.
This is evidence.
You need evidence. You need to provide other evidence.
Okay, so what you're looking
to
at
corroborate that evidence.
Okay, so what you're looking at,
because you need corroboration from more than one source. You see.
Okay. So what you're looking at here in this live stream is a second law violation. Okay, everything that's happening here is not.
There is no, there is no law or second law violation. We've discussed that a bazillion times. We know that's a load of crap. So next.
Well, I'm watching the live stream right now with the ISS, and we can see this area, this vast area.
Are you agreeing that it is the ISS in space?
You know what?
They're doing a spacewalk right now. The
I'm gonna shut up again.
They are acting like they are in a
No,
place.
they're not. They are in space, Kimo. So you just said that this is the evidence you've provided, and that evidence shows that A, space is real, and two, the Earth is a globe.
Are you watching the live stream?
I have a tendency to drop violent speech.
Hang on.
Do you see what I see?
B comes after A, not 2. B comes after A, not 2, Mippet.
You're a fucking idiot, Kimo.
Right, Mippet, do you see what I see? Can you just watch it with me?
I hope not.
Watch it with me. Let's watch it together. I'm watching it live. You should look at it as we're talking, right?
Yeah. You're a fucking idiot.
As we're discussing the second law being violated, right? Because I bet you haven't watched this.
Okay, just hang on. How is the second law being violated? Can you explain it to me?
Absolutely. So, are you looking at the video, right?
I can't have it on the fucking bloody idiot because I'm an idiot. Because idiots do it.
Hang on.
I'm working with you. You've got to work with me, Mippet.
Spurs, Mippet,
Right,
1 second,
I'll
please.
stop.
Renee, you've got to stop.
I'll
mate.
stop.
No, you
I'll
promised
stop.
you'd stop half an hour ago. You said, that's it, I'm stopping. And I said, don't make promises you can't keep. And you've done exactly what I said. Can you please use the mute button on your microphone?
Okay.
I don't want to have to use it for you.
Merle, are you watching the live stream also?
No, Mel's just insulting me. It's okay, Kimo.
Okay. Yeah, we were watching the live stream. Good stuff. Good. So, I mean, we did this before. We watched together and stuff. Quite interesting. So, what we're looking at now are astronauts pretending.
Astronauts, say it correctly.
Actor. They are pretending that they
No, you are just being demeaning to our astronauts. When I say our, I mean humankind's.
Well, just
that's
look at
just
the,
really crap, Kimo. No.
Look at the straps, how they're floating in water.
No.
The straps are floating.
No.
And what they've done...
They're out in space.
Okay, so you see how the astronaut keeps moving to and away from the ISS. So he's got a scuba diver around his waist.
Oh, fuck off, Kimo. Yeah, rightio. Show me where this bloody great tank is with the fucking ISS in it. You keep telling me it's there. You haven't shown me. I want to see it, or else it's fake.
Are you watching
the
live stream? Are you watching the live stream?
No, I'm asking you where the fuck this big pool is with the ISS in it, Kimo.
They're in the
you
pool
keep
now.
saying that it's there. Where is it?
They are in the pool right now, live.
Where is the pool?
What do you mean, where is the pool? They're in it.
Where is the pool that the ISS is in that they're showing this in right now? Right at this minute, you said you're watching them do a thing. Now,
all right, let me.
Whereabouts is the pool that they're doing all this ISS thing in?
Right, let me get it up for you.
What country is it in?
1 sec, I'm going to show you. Second.
You've got the ISS in a pool, in a big pool.
Yes.
This is going to be good.
Never seen this before. Come on, Mippet, this is old news. So here's a giant ISS under a swimming pool. It's not hidden. Where is it? No, this is old news. No?
No, I don't believe you. I'm still waiting.
Hold on, I'm going to get it up for you. 1 sec.
Whoa, go easy, mate.
Okay.
Careful what you say there.
Oh gosh.
Did I drone?
Give me a moment, nip it.
Well, this isn't very exciting for other people waiting for you,
I know,
Kimo.
because you're always demanding.
Has someone else got a question they want to talk about in the background while we're waiting for Kimo?
Why don't you say to me, get it for me in 5 minutes? Why do you demand it right now?
And keep the ladies waiting.
That was like 5 minutes ago, wasn't it? That you said you were going to get it?
Just timestamp it, Spurs. You'll be right, mate.
Right, yeah, I'm going to get it for you. Right, I've got it up for you, Mippet.
Oh, Jesus, Spurs, you've got to stop saying that, man. Really.
Why?
No, it's all right. Carry on.
Okay, Mippet, here it is. So look at this. This is the astronauts underwater with the ISS under a big giant swimming pool. So
that is not the ISS.
Yes, that's the astronauts training.
That is a training pool.
Yes, and all they do is switch the camera.
Yeah, and all they do is train in it so that they can go to space.
No, that's where they
Dead
are.
on,
right.
Kimo. You got it right for once.
That's where they are right now, underwater. All they do is switch the cameras
No,
around.
they're not. No.
I know it's hard, Mippet. I know it's hard.
You're lying.
Well,
you're lying to yourself, and it really is quite sad to see.
Here's another one for you. Okay. And see there, the scuba diver, he's holding...
training. Is this live now, that exact picture? Did you just say that was live?
No, all they've done is
right now,
added
and
the
you think
CG.
it's in space. Is that what you were saying?
All they do is...
You're looking at this and saying it's in space.
No. They're always underwater, not in space.
So you still haven't shown me the big pool with the big ISS in it yet.
Well, I'm going to show you it right now.
Where's that?
I'm going to show you it right. I'm going to give you a link.
Spurs.
I'm going to give you a video. Okay. So
Spurs, I don't know if that pool would work, mate, because wouldn't I need a green screen pool?
Mippet, check this out. I've got it up for you. Real good. Look at this.
You didn't answer Waz's question.
Well, check this out.
You've got to stop getting it up for Mippet. You've got to stop getting it up for Mippet. But wouldn't they need a green screen pool?
Mippet, look at this. The ISS in the biggest pool.
Wouldn't you need a green screen pool? Is what was asked you.
Yes, they switch the cameras over and they flip a switch and change to the CGI
So
Earth.
where's the green screen in this picture?
Goodness sakes, we have to get everything. 1 sec.
Can I intervene again for a second, please, guys?
Sure. Yep.
Go ahead, mate.
Here we talk about water and the light that is going through the water. So, for example, in water we have oxygen and hydrogen. Yeah, this is the base of water. When you go to the distance, and even if you're filming, even if you go do a photography into a medium like water, you're gonna have a blue thing, blue color that is gonna be gradient from closer to you is gonna be absent, and far away from you is gonna be more bluer because of the oxygen. Yeah, oxygen it have a blue color. So what are you gonna see when you're gonna do a photo in the water? You're gonna see much blue in the background and less blue closer to you. Yeah, and when you're gonna take a look in the space, for example, because I see a video, because you're pointing out a video in this topic, and when you take a look on the ISS, yeah, let's say because we're looking on the ISS right now, you're not gonna see the gradient blue nowhere.
But
so it's not underwater.
But Dakotas, could you not adjust the wavelength of the light to compensate for the blue?
You cannot. Unfortunately, you cannot take out the oxygen from the water to change the color of the oxygen. Even if you can change the camera whatever you want. You can put it on whatever. For let's say you're gonna open up the iris of the camera and you're gonna white out everything around you. But in the background, you're always going to have something that is going to go to the blue color because you're underwater.
But that's assuming you use white light.
white light, green light, whatever light you're gonna have, is gonna the oxygen that's in the water is gonna influence.
Okay,
the
we're
color
derailing
of.
now again because the only point we brought up this this ISS
It's not.
for
It's not.
one.
It's
You
not.
just
It's not.
interrupted.
Yeah,
You
It's
rude
not.
bastard.
This is
Right now,
Shut up, Kimo.
like I'm looking.
You're digressing. Okay, we were
Like
saying.
I'm
I
looking
told
right
you,
now.
Mippet, that this is a violation, and you were like, "How?" So I was like, "Look."
Now, I'm not
look.
listening because I wanted to hear what Decotus has to say. He wasn't
So-
finished speaking.
Okay.
And you
So-
rudely interrupted him.
Fair enough.
The film that I'm looking right now from the YouTube, I don't know, it have been linking on the chat, is not underwater.
Yes, it's underwater.
Definitely
You'll see the bubbles
100%.
You'll see the bubbles
Because
soon.
I cannot see no bubbles. I'm
We will see
so
bubbles.
sorry, mate.
Watch. Keep watching.
Where? I don't
You will
see
see
bubbles.
bubbles. When they show the black area, you will see bubbles flying around. They can't stop the bubbles.
Do they all go up, Kimo?
Again, the
Or
camera's
do they zoom
orientated.
around?
They have cameras
I'm
orientated
looking.
in all kinds of
I'm
directions.
looking for more than 3-4 minutes and no bubbles, mate. So. what are you
Did you
doing?
timestamp it first? Did you timestamp it?
What, the bubbles?
Hmm.
Yeah, we've got tons of videos of bubbles.
Please take a look at the lens, how they are going. The lenses, they are doing a lot of things. They are going to take the light from the sun or from the part that is
So
very
anyway,
very.
look. You see that
Look
black
what?
area and the
Yes.
blue area? That is a violation, a second law violation.
But what's the definition in your point of view of second law? Because you pass me right now. I'm so far away. You're looking
So,
over the
you know
an
when...
object you want
let's
to
think
see because
about
it's
this,
under the
decoders.
water and is going to violate the second law of the.
All right.
of-
Let me
is-
explain for you in a simple term. So we've got a house, okay, and we're going
No. Don't go to the house.
There is-
Let's say we are exactly where is this astronaut right now?
The house is on
How
Earth.
how? Oh, in your point of view, yes. Let's say, your point of
So
view, it's
we
not.
have an upstairs and downstairs, like a top floor and bottom floor, 2 rooms. So what we're going to do is we're going to suck all the air out of the top room. You understand? You understand?
Why would we do that, Kimo?
You understand, Decoders?
And how do you do that on a worldwide scale?
Decoders,
But
do you understand that we're going to have a house with 2 rooms? Top floor, bottom floor, yes?
Yes.
So in the top floor, we're going to suck all the air out of that room.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, and then we're going to go downstairs into the first room, bottom room, and we're going to drill a hole in the ceiling. You understand the word drill?
Yes.
Oh,
I understand,
don't be
I understand.
facetious,
You're gonna
Kimo,
make a
you
hole.
rude prick.
Okay, you're gonna make a hole, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to drill a hole in the ceiling, and what do you think will happen?
Like it's happened when you open up a bag that's not having who doesn't have air. He's gonna suck the air in. So
Suck?
it's simple.
I'm going to suck.
Yes, he's gonna take the air in. What do you think is
there is
gonna happen?
high pressure push in the bottom.
Yes,
and
because
the
it's the
air-
differential of pressure. Yes,
Air
so
is going to go through the hole into the top room, right?
okay, because of the differential of pressure. Yeah, and
Right, exactly. That is the second laws that will always happen. You can't stop this from happening. You see?
okay.
Okay. So now look at the ISS. Look at the ISS. What I posted. Have a look. Have a look at the
I'm looking
International
right
Space
now.
Station.
Yes, and
Are you looking? Are you looking?
yes,
It's in space.
I'm right now.
You're looking. You're looking good. So the Earth is the bottom room, and the dark area, the black area, the space area is the top room. So you explain to me how.
So you take it like that because
Yes, I'm thinking like that. Why
suddenly
doesn't the gas?
suddenly something is gonna push down the ISS and it's gonna be pressed.
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
No. We've got to drill a hole through the dome.
You're not listening. So,
okay, so what?
You're not listening yet. So the gas on the Earth. See the gas on the Earth? Yes.
Yes.
That is high pressure. Yes.
In your point of view, it's high pressure.
Or low pressure. It can be low pressure or high pressure. It's pressure. Yeah.
No, mate. It's a gradual, like you see right now in the atmosphere. Atmosphere, it's a gradual pressure. It's not high pressure, it's not low pressure. It's a gradual pressure. It's starting from, so to be closer to zero on the top of the atmosphere.
I'm not arguing, dude. It can be low, it can be high. There is pressure on that ball, yes?
Yeah. Depends. So for example, right now they are outside of the atmosphere.
Depends?
So
what do you mean depends?
The ISS right now it's floating with, if I remember it well, it's 441 kilometers high from the Earth, if I remember it well. I don't know. Let me see the numbers. So
again, the height doesn't really matter.
In this case, not even the some molecules of the gas they're gonna be affected, but it's not gonna have pressure there. It's gonna be on zero. So they're levitating. So
Kimo, you're literally tying blocks of cement to your feet every time you talk about this example, and which will disprove your buoyancy thing. So, but keep going.
Okay, thank you. So, decoders, with the house, there is a roof or a barrier between.
Okay, we have him pass it out the house. I understand that. We have him pass. Right now we are on ISS.
No, not the ISS. That's just the video because we get to see the Earth from a high altitude. Okay. So, you told me that the gas will rush into the top room unless we close that hole. Close the hole, that gas will stop going up because there is a barrier. Where is the barrier on the Earth here?
But do you think you need a barrier?
No, you said that if we make a hole with a drill.
You said mate. You're talking about an experiment that is in your mind. Your experiment is it's closer to the second law. Yeah, it's very close. But in your head, do you think the Earth it's a room?
No, that room has gas. Yes.
Mate, 1 second. No. I explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
The atmospherical formation of the gases that is around us is gradual. It's not something that it's sitting there like I don't know how to put it, sticky to the earth. It's gradual, mate.
Yeah, it's like a gradient.
The gravity is keeping the molecule of the gas closer to him, and on the way up, it's losing the particles. It's losing the gas. So it's gradual, mate.
Gradient, yeah,
From
gradual
the top
gradient.
to the, yes. So from the top to the bottom. So
Okay,
it's
I'm
not something that is not something that is gonna stay inside of something. It's
not
I don't know
arguing any
how
of
to is not a room. The earth is not a room. It's pure and simple. We gonna go further to the earth, let's say to the moon. Yeah, the moon in our case is not gonna have gas on it. It's gonna have some molecules of gas, but not like the earth. The differences there are the structural basis of water, of things that are compositing the earth, and the mass of the earth. So those two things, moon, if you want to take it, the moon is going to be the room number 1 and the earth is going to be the room number 2. They're not going to intervene from each other because the gravity doesn't allow them to intervene from each other and the distances. So don't put the earth like a room. It's not a room.
Well,
He's not going to violate. He's not going to violate not even the second law, not even the first law, not even the third law. So it's pure and simple. It's not so hard to understand that. If you're gonna put something that is out of from our atmosphere, it's gonna levitate there. because the gravity of the Earth is not going to affect so much that object. That's why you're going to have satellites. That's why we have a lot of things that are floating around the Earth. Sorry, you can carry on.
Got no answer for that.
Not a problem, not a problem. I mean, again, you have a lot to get off your chest. You're trying to get your head around the fact that you've been lied to about the shape of the Earth. Now, when we look at the Earth, see...
I'm so sorry. I can't intervene here. I haven't been lied. My father has been an engineer. I have been studied the engineering school. I have been doing the engineering. It haven't been. I'm not a guy who have been going to the school just to go exactly like a preacher to talk something. So for me, the experiments, there have been a lesson for everything. So if you do an experiment and you're gonna have the correct calculations and you're gonna do the correct exact measurements of everything, you're gonna feel it with your body, with your soul, with your mind, with your eyes. So for me, science is not something like a religion. For me, science, it have been a way of life. So don't put me in that category, please.
Can I just, in relation to that, can I just quickly ask Kimo a very quick question? Kimo, if you will.
Look, Decodus. Now I know this is a very,
hang on, hang on.
heavy subject.
No. I just want to ask you a question. I
no,
thought
I
about
know
it tonight.
It's devastating. I don't take any pleasure.
No. Kimo. I know what you.
Now I understand, you know, your brother,
just
you know, your family has probably spent their entire lives researching something that doesn't
exist. Why are you over talking
Listen.
Jazza like obnoxiously? Just stop and let him say what he's saying.
Well, I waited patiently for Decodus to finish. I want to make my point and respond to him before I forget what I was going to say.
He does this all the time. It's
How about that,
fair.
Veach? How about I'm able to respond to a question that was posed to me?
So maybe let some room for other people to get some words in edgewise.
Yeah, but how about I'm able to respond to what was just asked?
Oh, stop being such a whiny brat, dude. Just let other people talk.
Which is what I've been doing, which is why I waited patiently for Decodus to finish his point. He interrupted me in the middle of my point, which I allowed
someone to start talking,
Bruce,
and then overtalk.
It's just got me muted. Got me muted, hasn't it? You can hear me. So,
Kimo.
So, what happened was Decodus said a point. I waited. I went to say something.
What's going on here?
Why has he got me turned? He's got me turned down. Can you stop muting him? Can't hear me, obviously. So Decodus made a point. So Decodus made a point.
So Jazz, you were going to ask a question?
Oh, sorry,
so
no.
Decodus
It
made
just.
A point. I allowed him to respond to that point, and then I went to respond, and then he interrupted me again. And then I allowed him to continue that point.
Kimo,
and then I wanted to respond to what he wanted to say.
You just need to let other people talk.
I am allowing other people to talk. Not a problem. But like I said, he made a response. I went to reply.
Are you serious, Kimo?
Jazza, go ahead. Say what you're going to say, Jazza. Just stop, Kimo. You're being a jerk.
Well, I'm having a conversation with Decodus here about...
Yeah, you've been having it long enough.
What do you mean having it long enough? Or what's the limit for this conversation?
It's right now where you let somebody else say something and then you get back to it. Go ahead, Joseph.
So you're limiting what people say. Is that the idea of each?
Kimo, I just want to ask you a question in relation to the last question. Can you answer it? If you'll let me even ask it.
Dakota.
Just ask it,
so, when we look at the ISS...
One thing I've noticed over a long time is all of you, I won't say you guys, the flat earthers, have always say that you start out as globe earthers and you believe the globe earth, but not one of you have said that you understood it. Did you just believe the flat Earth because it was there, or did you not understand it? Because I understand the globe model completely and fully.
Wasn't that worth
Kids
it? Wasn't that worth
understand
it,
it.
Kimo?
And
So,
maybe that's why
have
after
you, have
6
you
years,
asked your
flat
question,
Earth,
Jazz?
I'm not
Have
a
you
flat
finished
earther.
your question? You finished your point?
Yeah. So did you just believe it, or did you not understand it? You just believed it. You had no idea what the fuck it meant. You just went, "Oh yeah, all right, that's what they're saying."
Finished?
And then did you believe flat Earth because you saw some videos on YouTube and it was so simple that made sense to you? That's the question.
Excellent questions. That's a very good point. Kimo, I think you can admit that was well worth it. Now, Kimo, continue please with the discussion you were having.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So, decoders. What we're looking at is a second law of thermodynamics violation. Okay. So what we have is high pressure or low pressure, however you want to look at it, low, high pressure next to zero pressure. Now we know scientifically in the scientific community that is impossible unless we have a force. Now we are waiting for BioJule. He's at the moment conducting an experiment which shows mass, contracted mass in a vacuum. So once we have that force, then obviously images from NASA will be validated because we will have the necessary antecedent, which is a force for the pressure.
Kimo, is anyone else allowed to talk, or this is just a you show?
Well, everyone else has been talking. Well, who's stopping you from talking?
Well, you are, because you're doing these huge monologues
Well, I'm
with no
what, you wanna
ending,
talk
and if I
over me?
interrupt you, you'll mute me again like you've just done before.
Because you had me turned down, you didn't hear me.
I didn't have you turned down at all. You made the assumption that I had you turned down. I thought you were being incredibly rude to Jazz.
No.
I was trying to
If you
make
got me
that
turned
point.
down, and you can't hear what I'm saying, can you?
No, he
No,
didn't
I
have you
have-
turned down. You assumed he had you turned down, but you were wrong.
No, but he's constantly turning people down. That's what he does.
No, come on, Kimo. You know he didn't have you turned down.
No, stop
Who's
with
going
the
to turn you
conspiracy.
down? Nobody would turn you down.
But look,
I mean, you've been so much better recently, Kimo. You're going back to the lying position again, and it's not good.
Okay, you finished?
I did have a question for you, but you're not going to answer it, so it's pointless me asking, isn't it?
Okay, can we get back to decoders now with his wild, outrageous claim?
We just
Couldn't
finished
answer a
huge
question to
monologues.
save his life.
Actually, quick question. Decoders, are you still there?
So
See what
sorry,
I
guys.
mean?
He's waiting for my
I'm here, I'm
damn.
here. So sorry.
He's
I
waiting.
hope you were AFK, and
He's
that would have been
waiting for
so
my
fucking funny, mate.
response.
No,
but you keep on interrupting him.
I don't want to be rude, and I'm closing my microphone because I'm working in the meantime, and I don't want to interrupt nobody. So sorry for that.
Exactly. He's been
You're
waiting
not,
for the
you're being
response
beautiful,
now
mate.
for the longest time.
If anyone...
Again, you're answering for me, Druss. So he's been waiting for a response for the longest time, and no one will allow that response that he posed to about the second law of thermodynamics.
Which
So
really
I just
shouldn't
need
use
to address.
terrible argument.
I just need to address Dakota's last point, mate. You're too sensible for this server.
What are you? Are you driving people away, Was, from the server?
No, absolutely not.
So what do you mean he's too sensible for this
We
server?
need more sensible people.
I don't wanna be rude, with everybody, because I see because there are a lot of people in this chat, and I try to respect everybody. So
You see, Spurs. You see, I'm not trying to drive you my way at all.
My advice is take your gloves off and pitch in when you want to make a point, because Kimo will not stop talking until you try and interject a point.
Right, you're
He will just go
derailing now. We
on
wasn't
and
talking
on
about
and
that.
on.
We were talking about the second law, and you're derailing talking about individuals, Druss.
I prefer to laugh here alone because it's much fun.
Decodus. We spoke about the room with the gas that would go into the other room, and you need a barrier to stop the gas going off into the other room. Okay?
And I'm pretty sure they already said to you that that was a completely stupid analogy.
So what we have here is gas on the Earth next to zero gas, okay, without a container. How does that happen?
You don't need a container when you've got a pressure gradient.
Where does the pressure come from?
Exactly, my friend. Exactly, my friend.
Where does the pressure come from, Decodus?
Actually, if I could point out, the only place you would need a container would be on a flat Earth, which would mean walls around it like a fish tank. You still wouldn't need a lid.
Yeah, but Dakotas, when we look at the
and
Earth...
for example, let me explain to you something.
Okay.
We have a very huge amount of space, yeah, and in that space we have gas, and we're gonna observe because that gas is gonna have different pressures because they're gonna be influenced by different forces, wind, gravity, whatever, yeah, rotations of the Earth. Is gonna generate different pressures. You don't gonna need a container to have different pressures, and you're not gonna need something else that is gonna make different pressures. For example, the gas can be more molecules of the gas in one side of that space, and less molecules of the gas in another part of that space. So that's explained everything, mate. I think you have been getting the idea. You don't need something. If you're gonna speak about a huge amount of the space like the Earth, you're not gonna need something that is gonna keep the gas in. You're gonna need only the gravity.
Excellent. So gravity
pure
is the
and
force.
simple.
Dakotas, gravity is the force that
Yes.
keeps the gas on the Earth. Yes.
Yeah. Let me remind you. Let me remind you something. It's a weak force.
Okay,
it's not
but that
a
weak force. That weak force.
Some people they are taking the gravity like it's gonna be pressure, like pressing everything down, like with a huge amount of force. No, it's
No,
a weak
not a
force,
huge
but
amount, just a weak force.
it's enough to contain the to make the frictions, to make a lot of things around the atmosphere, the atmosphere of the Earth.
Yeah,
Kimo,
I understand.
Kimo,
I get what you're saying
I just
there.
wanna
So
explain
what
it.
we need now at this point, Dakotas,
Notice how I
is
stopped
we need a force to be able to experiment with to show that there is a force. Now, do you have any ideas how we can experiment to prove that force?
Yeah, the experiment
to you.
The experiment could be that we put we stack 5 smoking hot cheerleaders on your shoulders, and if they had a combined, each one of them weighed 50 kgs, how much force would be on your feet and how much force would be on the top girl's head? That's where space is.
So, Dakota, do you agree then we need an experiment to show that mass attracts mass, there is a force?
Spurs, we have a super chat, Spurs, sorry to interrupt. We do have a super chat from JD for £1.99, and his super chat says, mute chemo for further payments if contract fulfilled.
Super chats are flying in, they're flying in today, every day. There was another one this morning, did you read that one out also? That was for $20.
No, I didn't.
$20
This morning, your time or my time?
My time.
It says, for the love of God, please mute chemo, please.
Yeah, that's the super chats. They're flying in, and that's what we're looking for, is to give great entertainment, obviously.
Do you mind,
And
Spurs, if I mute you for a bit to increase the super chats and the income?
Well, if I'm muted, they won't pay if I'm talking. Don't be silly. You've got to obviously have me talking so they can say mute me. Right? That's the idea.
Well, this guy's asking to mute you for more super chats, for more money.
Yeah, I've been muted twice already. Okay?
Chemo, I don't want
to
to be...
need to pay more to get more mutes.
Chemo, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'll put $100 on that you never ever get married. Well, actually, maybe.
So, Decodus. I mean, I like what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But what we need at this moment to verify that these NASA ISS is not a fraud and it's not violating the second laws of thermodynamics, we need an experiment so we can manipulate the force that is causing this attraction. So, do you have such an experiment to verify this force of gravity?
Chemo, have you ever seen the video? You know how helium floats because it's lighter than air?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video of a helium balloon in a vacuum chamber and it sinks to the ground?
So can we just Can we just verify? Another one bites the dust. You're replacing Decodus because he's unable to validate.
No. You would. Yeah? I was just giving you a quick example. Carry on.
Well, I mean, Decodus has given up for the day. This was another guy who believed that he could prove he was on a ball, spinning, flying through space, and ended up frustrated with anxiety, and will obviously think twice before he...
Why are you lying about somebody who's in the room, Kimo? That's just rude.
Obviously, he'll think twice before approaching, or he'll have to revise his method of how he speaks.
Why are you
to
lying about
the
someone who's
opposition.
in the room, Kimo? That's not honest.
Hot mic, Ross.
Sir, can I ask you respectfully?
Oh,
why do you
back,
think I am?
Mm-hmm.
But I have been here all the time. Why do you think I'm?
I thought you ran away
running
because
with
your
anxiety
arguments were weak and you were not able to substantiate your position. So I thought you scarpered.
My position, my position of what? Because you don't understand how the atmosphere of Earth is working and the gravity. I don't have to prove nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's there, it's here. You can feel it. You can measure it. You can do it. It's not a problem for me to prove it to you. My biggest problem is how many of you are in the Earth right now? Because
Decodus, could you
Yes.
say, "I want to suck your blood"?
No, why? No, I don't gonna say something like that. For me, the biggest problem is I have a nephew. Let's tell you a story. I have a nephew, and he's stupid as dumb. And in the future, I think he's gonna be an engineer. You know why? Because the other people around him is gonna be more stupid than him. It's not about. This is my biggest question. How many of you there around in the Earth? Because
I can't do it, no. This guy is too passionate
with
about
you?
this globe.
No,
He's gonna
I'm
break
not.
down
I'm
if he
not. I'm
loses
not passionate. I'm laughing. I'm laughing about your arguments. I'm laughing about your Cavendish experiment
Look, I
that
don't
is
want to
going
be
to
the
be done.
cause
I'm laughing
of
about everything
your
that is
breakdown.
that.
He's
that
calling you stupid, Kimo.
I'm laughing about everything what you putting what you're putting as the argument, because I have been running it with anxiety, and you don't understand. You don't get it. Why the Earth is keeping the air in, the gases in. So what I have to do with you? How do I have to prove
No,
it
no,
more?
I'm sorry. You're
It's
freaking out.
the only thing, sir. 1 second, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing what I can do with you is just to put you in the airplane. For example, there are right now the Russians. You can take out from the atmosphere with MiG-29. Yeah, there are some private companies that with civilians people that do with $17,000 or something like that, and you can go out in space and you're gonna feel everything what astronaut is gonna feel it, but with a little bit of training, of course, and with a good blood pressure. And they're not gonna take everybody out. Yeah. So this is the last thing that I can do it with you to understand everything. So I'm not running of you. I can I can prove it to you mathematically. I can prove it to you talking to you, but experimentally, we need a lot of money and we need a lot of things to prove it to experimentally, and it doesn't worth it. You're a lost case, mate. I'm so sorry. I'm not running by anxiety. I'm here.
And that's a great example, Kimo, because the other experiment we could do, you could easily get a Patreon going to get 17 grand US to do that flight. I know exactly what Dakota's talking about. It's a MiG-29. You can do it in a MiG-25. You can go up to 80,000 feet. You can see the darkness of space above you in the middle of daylight because you're right on the edge of the atmosphere. The other one we could do is you could fly to New Zealand and we could fly up to 15,000 feet. I'll be on oxygen. You won't be. And we'll see if you go to sleep within about 10 minutes. And then when you do go to sleep, I'll make a slow descent. I'll keep you going. I won't have to give you CPR on the way down, but we'll descend into a thicker atmosphere and we'll land, and I'll go, how was that trip? And you'll go, whoa. And we're not even that high. We're legally not allowed to fly above 12,000 feet without oxygen for more than 20 minutes because we will pass out and fucking die.
You must be a script writer, Jezza.
Yeah, fuck, am I?
But I will say one thing for Kimo. Kimo has done something useful this morning. He's disproved density equilibrium with his fantastic thought experiment of the one up, one down house, and the fact that the air rushes from the downstairs room to the upstairs room, i.e., from a denser piece to a less dense piece, totally disproves density equilibrium. Well done, Kimo.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
I've actually written a news article for this. I'm going to try and get it published. I think this is important news. We need to get it out to the masses. They need to understand that the density equilibrium argument is now dead.
I don't have any problem with these individuals doing this, but when there's individuals, like I won't mention any names, but when they're sprouting kids over fucking school fences, that's when I have a problem.
I think Dakotas was trying to get on mic there. I saw him unmute and was about to say something, but he retracted. Do you have something to say, Dakotas? Go ahead, please.
Yeah.
And just bear in mind before you do that you're talking with SPURSKIMO. He's considered top 5 of flat earthers.